Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody's weekend? Guys, don't mind the hair. Look at this hat. Isn't this a cute hat? All right, anyway. This is a great chat. I want to talk about being disconnected from source and what we can do about it, why we are. Very, very interesting stuff because I'm feeling a little disconnected right now. And it's totally a human thing, right? We are human, right? We might be spiritual beings having a human experience, but that's the experience that we're actually having. We're human, right? And everyday life can kind of derail us a little bit. So, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I have a doctor's appointment this morning, so I'm going to have to jump off a little early. I usually say that. And I end up staying here the same amount of time as usual. But let me introduce myself. My name is Justine Lezzi. Thank you for tuning in. I'm an intuitive coach, spiritual teacher. I specialize in helping people empower their intuition, help heal themselves, and get spiritually connected all at the same time. I do this because I think everybody can achieve emotional freedom, and that's the root of all suffering. So, and that's a Buddhist thing, and that really rings true, and I have studied Buddhism in the past, and that's something else I need to get reconnected with, but, we create our lives. I believe we're the creators, so we can create this emotional freedom for ourselves as long as we are willing to and are self-aware, right? Being self-aware is half the issue, half the problem. I study different healing modalities. I'm also a certified crystal healer, and I also do angel card readings. So if you're interested in any of that, please let me know. I will put my Calendly link in the comments. I probably won't be able to do that till later. Like I said, I have an appointment this morning that I can't miss, so, I will do that later, but I'll definitely do it, no doubt. Okay, so, what I wanted to talk about, and I made some notes because it came to me in a meditation today, and also having a conversation with a friend of mine about feeling a little disconnected and not really connected to divine or source or whatever you want to call it. And we're trying to figure out why you may feel this way. And I mentioned earlier about being human, right? We are human. So there are, and we're busy, right? Everyone's busy. And we have our everyday lives, and, we have to deal with difficult people, and, we have to deal with our families and meetings and kids' soccer practice, whatever it is. Everyday life can get a little hectic that we don't stop and, be still for a little bit and inner being and really connect with who we are. And I think that ties into everything because when we get connected to our higher self, we remember the divine because we are love and love is divine. Divine is love. And I'm using divine interchangeably, by the way, divine, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I am, or even God, even if that makes you feel comfortable, I am interchanging all of them, so just so you know. But this feeling of apathy, of being apathetic, meaning that you're just okay with what's going on in your life. You don't have any passion, right? So I think that the opposite of apathy is the opposite is passion, right? And so I've been feeling passionless lately, and what I realized is, and I actually pulled an angel card over the weekend about this, which is funny because, makes sense, why I've been feeling kind of disconnected, and then I pulled the card of play, right? So I actually haven't been in my joy for a while, and I'm not making enough time for it in my everyday life, for joy. And joy looks different to a lot of people. My joy is crystals, for example, or watching a documentary, which I actually did the other day, which was amazing, but I'm not connecting to joy, and that's part of the issue, is because one of the reasons why we're actually here, and it's obviously to spiritually evolve, But also another one is to feel good, right? We're actually here to feel good, right? So we're here to feel joy. We're here to be connected that way. And let me just check my notes. I just want to make sure I get everything and not rushing through. Joy could actually be found, joy and passion can actually be found in the intuition with our intuitive hits that we get. Because like I said, different people have different types of joy, what it means to them, their relationship with it. But if you're trying to figure out and you're living this life of apathy and you're saying, I'm living a passionless life, it's time to start listening to the intuition, empowering it, figuring out what actually will bring you joy, and that could get you more connected to the divine. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. And I also was having a conversation with a friend of mine, same friend, and we were talking about whether pain, for me in my life, I started my spiritual journey because I was in immense pain, right? And, I'm always, a friend of mine told me that her friend was practicing being a crystal healer and needs somebody to practice on. I'll take any type of free or whatever. I'll try any kind of spiritual healing that I can get. I will take it all. But basically, I started my journey based on a foundation of pain. I was in tremendous pain from a narcissistic abusive relationship, a disconnection from the divine, a life of suffering, basically. I was very anxious, depressed, everything. I was in serious, serious pain. And that's what, and a lot of people are like, Justine, how did you go from one thing to the next? Become in serious pain. And maybe you would understand why somebody has gone, atheist to lover of the universe, right? But anyway, enough about that. We don't have to be in pain to be connected. That's what we were talking about, and that's what I'm getting to understand is we shouldn't, and people do it, I see in other religions. I came from the Catholic religion. When things get really hard, then all of a sudden they need to be, pray to God or ask for help at only that point. And that is the very interesting thing, because with what happened to me, where I was in tremendous pain, and for me, that was the only way. Like, I had actually hit rock bottom, and there was nothing else for me to heal. There was no other way for me to heal. It was just, that was the way, and the way happened to me, and that was the path, and it was always supposed to happen to me. That was my destiny. That was, intricately designed for me for it to happen to me. So I guess what I'm just trying to say is that you don't have to be in immense pain. You can actually be happy, content, bliss, whatever it is, to stay connected. Does that make sense? Because I think a lot of people think that you have to be struggling to connect with the universe and be what's the word? Always in pain, like something bad is happening. But when good things are happening, that's when you want to connect, right? You always want to be on that high vibration, right? You always want to stay there, and that's the thing. You want to stay there, right? So that's why you practice too. So hopefully that makes sense. So to help us get more connected, what I'm going to be doing lately is connecting back to my joy. And really, I've been meditating with my amethyst. And if you really, this is a tip for you guys, for getting connected with your intuition. I meditate with an amethyst right here on my third eye. And it actually helps to, I've been noticing it's helping a little bit, really open up that intuition and really magnify it. So I'm really trying to pay attention to what I'm doing that, and I'm also trying to pay attention to, what puts a smile on my face, what feels joyful, and that feeling of joy, just paying it really good attention to it, and just follow that, right? That's the path. So that will bring you in alignment, and that will bring you a little bit closer to source if you've been feeling disconnected. So hopefully that helped, guys. I have to get going. I'm sorry I talk so fast. I'm actually from New Jersey, live in New York, so I'm used to that. But thanks for joining, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I don't know the topic yet, but I will be here, so I'll see you then. Okay, bye.